morning, family. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed Wednesday, because Grammie is having a wonderful, blessed Wednesday. I have come today to talk to you. I've got a few little notes here, and we're going to have a good conversation about Jesus being the vine and us being the branches. In John 15, it says, and I'm having to use my tablet because I went off and forgot my sword at home, my Bible. He said, I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Now you are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me. I am the vine, ye are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit. For without me you can do nothing. If a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch, and is withered, and a man gather them, and cast them into the fire, and they are burnt. If you abide in me, and my words abide in you, you shall ask what you will, and it shall be done unto you. Herein is my Father glorified, that ye bear much fruit, so shall ye be my disciples. As the Father hath loved me, so have I loved you, and continued you in my love. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I have kept my Father's commandments and abide in his love. These things I have spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I've loved you. Greater love have no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends, if you do whatsoever I command you. So, I just want to say, Jesus is our vine, and God is the husbandman. He is the one who created the vine and nurtured the vine. And therefore we are the branches, and we must produce fruit. How do we produce fruit? By loving our neighbor as ourselves, by loving our God with all of our heart, by showing the world the light of Jesus, being a light on the hillside. That's how we are producing good fruit. My husband has often asked me, because, he's a new baby Christian. And so he's asked me, he said, why would God create people that he would know that's going to hell? And I've told him that God is a great weaver of time, and that every person that's here is supposed to be here, even though God knows their decision from the time that he creates them, that they will not return to him. He still gives them that opportunity. But we just got through reading in Matthew about the wheat and the tares, and my husband was able to finally grasp this. It says there was tares in the wheat. And they went to the master and said, shall we tear out the tares now? And the master said, no, because it will damage the wheat. Let them grow together, and when they get to full size and it's time for the harvest, we will pull the tares out and burn the tares, and then the wheat will be full and nice and good. I don't know if they used the word nice, but the wheat would be a good harvest. And so that explains why God has set the world up. I always said the Father is a farmer. He plants, he sows, and then he reaps. And he teaches us to sow and reap. And so we should do these good things so that we could be a good vine. I want to be a vine. Have you ever seen a vine? And we have these vines in our yard. It's a branch in the ground. And then we have these branches that come out from this vine, and it takes over our azalea bushes. It goes up this tree, and it gets on the electrical cords and up the pole. And I mean, they just go crazy. So we try to cut them back about 2 or 3 times a year so that they're not up there on those electrical cords. Because usually we just cut them and leave them up there, and they'll finally rot and fall down. But we try to get them. I want to be a vine like that. I want to be a vine that is so out of control that nobody can trim me back, and I have so much fruit hanging off of me. I want to look like a wisteria. Because I want to take as many people to heaven as I can. I want to be a good witness. I want to be that wild vine that is just growing, and nobody understands how it's that big and how it's that wonderful and how it's bearing that much flowers or fruit. That's the vine I want to be. Walk before the Lord one day and Him say, well done, good and faithful servant. And then I want there to be a colossal amount of people that are there to welcome me, that I have partaken in their salvation. That they said, because you witnessed, I am here and not in hell. Because you witnessed, I gave my heart to Jesus. Because you witnessed, I was delivered. Because you witnessed. And that's what we don't understand. Our life is like the ripples in a water when you throw the rock. It ripples out. So when we throw a big rock, we get big ripples. If we throw little pebbles, we get tiny ripples. So our Christian walk is like throwing a pebble in a river. We make ripples. And those ripples people feel. They can see them. They can feel them. That is the move of God. Now, if you throw a big rock, you make bigger ripples. So let's throw big rocks. Let's really make the ripples. Let's let our love. We make ripples every day. It's whether you want to make good ripples or you want to make bad ripples. And so let's be loving. Let's be kind. I will tell you this story. We have a lady that lives behind us. And she's a lovely lady, but she's a little grumpy. And so we have done things to try to be nice and to be kind. And she's kind of the person that does a backhanded compliment when you do something for her. And so the other day, my husband took her a dozen eggs, and she made a comment that upset my husband. And he said, well, you have a wonderful day, and you come home. And he said, I'm never going over there and giving her anything again. I'm done. And I said, no, we will give her more. We will do for her more. We will be loving, and we will be Jesus in her. We will be the Jesus that she sees and that she needs. We will love her. Love thy enemy. We say, love thy neighbor as thyself, love thy brother. But sometimes thy neighbor is thy enemy. She's not an enemy. She doesn't cause us problems. She stays to herself. But she's just a little grouchy. She just needs somebody to love her. Maybe she's had somebody ruffle her feathers one too many times. Maybe you have a neighbor that's like that. Maybe you know somebody that's like that. So today I kind of had like a jumbled message. It is Jesus is the vine, and we are the branches, and the Father is the husbandry that does the work and puts the blessing on it, makes the soil nice and rich. Let's be good vines. Let's bear good fruit. When we get to heaven, let's have those people run up to us and hug our neck and thank us for being a witness in the world. Used to be a song. It said, thank you for being a friend. And I can't remember the artist's name that sung that, but it was a big song back in the 90s. And it talked about going to heaven, and it says, do you remember me? Do you remember this? I'm the man that you talked to that day, and I made it. I made it to heaven because of your witness. Thank you for being a friend. And that's a true friend. Walking up to somebody and putting your feelings aside, not worrying about embarrassment. Because my little girl, she's like, oh, Mama, please don't say nothing. That's going to embarrass me so bad. And I said, well, you're just going to have to be embarrassed. Because we're talking about life and death here. We are talking about somebody's salvation in their soul. Every one of us is going to go through death. I say this all the time. I don't want to be morbid, but we are. We're all got an appointment with death. So I want to have a good death. I want to close my eyes and open them, and there are angels to carry me home, or maybe even the good Savior has come to get me himself. And so however I get there, I don't mind. I just want to go, and I want to make sure that I can help as many people as I can make it, and let them know that Jesus is real, God is real, the testimony of the Savior is real. The world has distorted and has caused a lot of disbelief by the deceiver, the great deceiver. And so in the next couple of weeks, I'm going to want to start sharing some things that's on here, and I hope you guys will enjoy it. But I'm a researcher of Bible relics. It's something that I love to do. And so I want to show you some of these truths that I have found It's going to take me a little while. It's not something that I can come and do a study on the day before. I'm going to have to gather this stuff together, and then I'm going to show it to you on Wednesday Encouragement. I think the first place that we'll start, we'll go through the Bible. So let's start with Noah's Ark. I'm going to show you some Bible relics and some Bible studies that I have because I do believe that God has saved, and He is what I want to say. He has kept His word true, and He never lets anything happen. He has preserved His truth. That's the word I'm looking for. So that this generation, such a time as this, that has an unbelief, that a great falling away, that people will be able to see these things and know that His word is true and it cannot be explained away. So I think we're going to start a series. I think next week, unless the Lord intervenes and He gives me a message in between, we're going to start a Bible relic series. And I'm going to share with you these things that I have studied. And some of them we might say, this could be, but some of them we will say, this is. Okay? So let's just do that. I think that'll be a wonderful thing. It will help build our faith. It will strengthen us. It will give us a witness when we go up to somebody and say, hey, did you know that they know where Noah's Ark is, or they know where Mount Sinai is? We will be able to show them these things. And they may not go into a church, but they may go and watch a YouTube video. See, God knows how to witness to people. He knows how to open the doors up. So some people may not want to hear about God, but they may want to see the truth of God. The truth will set them free. That's what Jesus said. So now I want to talk to you guys about something. I've gone back and forth about going public with this just yet because we really don't know what it is or where it's going. And I'm not upset. I'm praising God. I'm giving God glory in all things, in everything in my life. But you guys who have followed me for a while know that I have been having some struggles physically. I had some struggles with the blood clots in my legs. I had to have shots in my shoulders and my neck, and I had fell and hurt my arm. So it's been like kind of, and then I thought, these people don't want to hear your problems. They don't want to hear the things that's going on. They want to be encouraged. But I want to share this with you because I really do believe there's going to be a great testimony that's going to come out of this. So everybody knows, and if you're new to the channel, 5 years ago I had uterine cancer. 5 years ago this April will be whenever I had my surgery and had it removed. I did not have to have radiation. I did not have to have anything. The Lord just blessed me, and they were able to get all the lymph nodes, everything that they needed out. So this was my 5th year. This was when I would be released from the oncologist. And I released myself a year early because I had faith and believed that it was over. Well, a month ago, and like I said, I've been having shoulder pains, and we just thought it was arthritis, and I'd been taking cortisone shots and different things, and I've been having my mammograms. I missed having mine last year because of COVID, but I had a full intentions of going and getting it done before spring hit. So I was going this month. And so I was standing at the doorway, and my little grandchildren were coming in. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and I just happened to reach and touch my side, and I have a grape-sized lump on my side. And so I've gone to my regular doctor. I waited a few weeks and prayed. I wanted to make sure that I knew that it was a solid lump. And so he examined it, and he said it's definitely a solid lump. So testing will begin. So I will be going this next week for the mammogram because we're going to rule out breast cancer. We're going to rule out that. And then we will go on to the secondary test, which will be an ultrasound. And it's very well possible that it could be a cyst, a solid cyst. It's very well possible that it could be a tumor. It's very well possible that it could be something totally different. But we will be doing an exam on that, and I'll be going through some multiple testing. I have been kind of extra tired. That was kind of the thing. And every so many days I've been kind of fevery. That's why I haven't been doing a lot of videos. I just haven't had the energy to to do them. And I thought it was my weight. So I was like, you got to get this weight off of you, girl, because this weight is just pulling you down. You don't got no energy. You done got lazy. And my husband said, he always knows that there's something wrong with me when I don't keep up with my housework because I'm a clean freak. And so I've been kind of struggling. I had to go home from work the other day, and I told my boss, I said, I'm so sorry, but I need to go home a little earlier if I can, and lay down and have me a little nap because I'm really needing it. I went home and took a couple-hour nap, and so I'm not worried. I'm trusting in God, praising Him in all things. And here's what I say. We all have an appointment with death, like I said earlier. And if this is my time to go, then this is how He chooses to take me. And if it's something that's bad, because I'm not claiming it's something bad, I'm believing the report of the Lord, which is a good report. But if He decides that this is the way He takes me, I am going to trust Him through the whole thing, knowing that I have victory at the end of it. And if He heals me, I have victory. So I'm a winner either way. And if it's nothing, I'm definitely a winner. So if you guys could just stand with me in prayer. And like I said, I've gone back and forth about sharing it. Kind of kept it to myself for about 5 or 6 weeks. It's been about 5 or 6 weeks now. It was 4 weeks before I even went to the doctor. So now we're doing testing. We're going to find out what's going on. It could be something where I have an infection in my body, and that would explain why I'm tired and why I don't have much energy. So I'm still going to be trying to lose some weight, but it's not going to be my number one focus right now because I got other things to focus on. And also, I have some wonderful news to share with you. We are going to have a new grandbaby, and my daughter is due on the 16th of October, and my birthday is the 7th. And I'm so excited. I don't know if it's a boy or girl yet because it's just the size of a gummy bear. But I got to go with her last week and see the ultrasound, and it was an amazing thing to see that little heartbeat beating in there and see the wonderful creation of God. But I hope you guys have a wonderful, blessed Wednesday. I love you. I'm praying for you. Be encouraged. I'm encouraged. I'm not sad. I'm not down. I don't want any of you to be sad or down. Just say a little prayer that God's will be done. And it will be because it always is. And I just love you. And y'all have a wonderful, blessed Wednesday. Until next time, I'm Grammie Nae Nae. I'll see you on Friday. I'm doing a collaboration with Pam's Cutting Board and another channel. I have to get that name because I have forgotten that name right now. But I'm doing it with 2 other channels. And then on the 21st, I'll be putting out one with Greg's Kitchen. And so I'm excited. Anyway, love you guys. Y'all have a blessed day.